Hello, all you thoughtfully made people out there. It's Courtney Morrison with Made Architecture and Design, back with another week in review. Trying to get back in the flow of doing this. Was on vacation in the beginning of July, and really it's just taken me a bit to get back into a good rhythm of keeping my notes and recording the videos and things like that. So I've said this before, just hop back on and get back to it. So here we go. So on Monday, I worked through a concept for a family who's adding a garage along with the mud and laundry spaces. And I'd gone through one iteration. They had some questions and revisions, so I revised that for them and got it sent back to them on Monday. On Tuesday, I have a project that I've issued drawings for, and the contractor had some questions, and he was concerned that we were up against the impervious surface calculations or limitations, I should say. And so I ran some calculations for him to make sure that we were under. We are, thankfully. And then I worked on some pricing stuff. So I have a big modern house that's going to be built down south of the city. And we have a contractor who's pricing it, but I had pulled together some budgetary pricing things for the owner as we worked through the design. And so this contractor asked to see those things, but I didn't have it really in a succinct format, so I had to pull it all together and send it to him. And so that was good. Good for me to see kind of everything all in one place. So got that taken care of on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I have a commercial client. This is a crazy story. I have a commercial client who they've been great to work with. I've done a couple of things for them. I've really enjoyed working with them. And they have a commercial building. It's their headquarters space for their business, and they want to expand. Well, the building is kind of trapezoidal shaped, or excuse me, the site is kind of trapezoidal shaped. It has a small pre-engineered metal building on it. It's got a sewer easement running through it. And then on the back side of the property, it actually, on 2 of the 4 sides, is bordered by creeks. We had it surveyed. We know where the creeks are. We know the setbacks, and nearly the entire site is in the setback. So it's basically grandfathered in from an impervious surface standpoint, but they want to expand. So we're trying to figure out what to do. Well, we talked to the surveyor about, where the creeks are. We went down to the bottom of the creek with someone from the city, actually, and the stream goes underground. And so where it goes underground, you don't have to comply with the same setbacks. And so we were trying to figure that out. Had a conversation with my landscape architect about it, and he was like, oh, I can totally help figure out where those places are. We can flag them. The surveyor can plot them, and then we can go forward from there. Well, I go with the landscape architect. He hadn't met the client, so I went out there to introduce him to the client, and we go down in this creek. It's probably 20 feet below grade. I mean, it's a good ways down, a little ravine. We climb down there, no big deal, and we're walking along, but it's late summer here. Everything is really overgrown. It's heavily wooded, and we're kind of traipsing along through this path, trying to follow this creek. And one creek is kind of pretty wide, and one creek is really narrow. And we're following the narrow creek because it's the one that really has given us the most trouble, and it's the place where the stream goes underground. So we come to a place on this little stream where, we can't really, there's a tree that's fallen across it, and it's kind of high up because it's down in a deep ravine. You're trying to figure out if we're going to climb over, go around, under, whatever it is. I turn around, and my landscape architect says, something stung me. And I kind of step back and look, and it has yellow jackets all around him and on his leg, and he's getting stung. And we both panic, and we're trying to get out of there. But like I said, it's really heavily wooded, and it just is wild for about 10 minutes right there. Neither of us know if we're allergic. I only got stung once. Miraculously, I'm not sure. He ended up getting stung about 12 or 15 times. We called the paramedics. It was a whole crazy situation. And this poor guy, my poor landscape architect, who I really love working with, he's a great landscape architect, had never met this client. And the very first time he interacts with them, the paramedics are showing up, and it was just absolutely wild. I posted a story about it on my Instagram account, and some of you guys had responded and gave us well wishes and things, and I really appreciate that. And but we're both okay. He's fine, I'm fine. We got out of there, but I don't think that we're going to be able to accomplish what we set out to accomplish. So we're going to try to figure out if we can find another way with that client to be able to serve them. So we'll figure it out. I'll keep you posted on that one. I gotta say, I've never been attacked by yellow jackets as part of a site visit, but I guess there is indeed a first time for everything. So that was Wednesday. Actually, that was just Wednesday morning. On Wednesday afternoon, I went and met a new client who has signed up. They have an existing house and they're going to build out their attic, and they've hired me to try to figure out how to build out the attic. And if they can really, the biggest challenge is going to be getting stairs from the third story to the fourth story, the attic story. They want to do some dormers across the roof and fit spaces up there in the attic. So we'll have to figure that out, but the stairs are going to be a challenge for sure. And so I'm going to work through that with them. So looking forward to that project. Went and measured their house. They seem like a great family, and really excited to serve them. So that was Wednesday. Thursday, no more yellow jackets, and I went out to Gwinnett County, where I have a client who runs a nonprofit. It's called Let 'Em Eat. It's a great mission. He's a great client. I've really enjoyed working with him, but we're at kind of the permitting phase, and so we submitted drawings, and we went and met with Gwinnett County to go through their comments, which really was great. Honestly, I know that some of the metro jurisdictions can be really tough, and these guys called us and said, hey, we really like what you're doing. We really like your mission. We want to help you get through this. And so, we've got comments to address from them, but they invited us out for a meeting to walk through stuff and talk through things. And so I think we have solutions and direction, and we're going to figure that out and move forward. But it was a good meeting. It was great to see that client out there. And then on Friday, I got together a proposal for the hardware store in DeKalb County. I think I've talked about that here. It's a hardware store that's expanding in North America. So I put together a proposal for them. And so really excited about that job. And then I went out to Gwinnett again, to Peachtree Corners, to meet with a prospective client they have a pretty cool project. It's adjacent to a park and a kind of shopping district and things like that. And they want to be able to set up kind of a bar basically that serves drinks, but they want it's attached to a dog park, and so they kind of want it to have like a dog house theme or a bone bar theme or something like that. So it's a fun little project, creative. I mean, it's like 200 square feet, so I'm excited about that and excited to serve them. And so it was good to get out there and do that. So yeah, that was my week. If you have any questions about who we are, what we do, why we do it, leave them in the comments below, and I will be happy to respond to them in a future video. If you're enjoying the content we're putting out, please be sure to like and subscribe. And I appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week. Thank you.